Following protests alleging conspiracies in play to issue licenses of stock exchange to a few corporate entities, Prime Minister Pushpa Dahal has directed to halt the process. Good morning, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Prime Minister Pushpa Dahal directs to halt the issuance of licenses of stock exchange to a few corporate entities following protests alleging conspiracies in play. Central Committee meeting of CPN-UML underway. Standing Committee meeting of the party scheduled for today following conclusion of group discussions on the political report of Chairperson KP Sharma Oli. US envoy to South Africa accuses the country of supplying weapons and ammunition to Russia. Ramaphosa's office says no evidence to support the allegations. And West Ham United secure a narrow 2-1 Europa Conference League semi-final first leg win over Dutch side AZ Alkmaar to keep dreams alive of a first major trophy since 1980. Following protests alleging conspiracies in play to issue licenses of stock exchange to a few corporate entities, Prime Minister Pushpa Dahal has directed to halt the process. Prime Minister Dahal met with the officials of the Securities Board of Nepal, SEBON, and directed them to halt the process. SEBON has been alleged of moving forward with the process of issuing license based on the influence of external entities. With the Nepal Stock Exchange, NEPSE, already in place, Prime Minister Dahal said that it would not be appropriate to issue new licenses and directed to halt the process. The process of distribution of new license had begun during the prime ministerial term of Nepali Congress President Sherpa Dewa when Janardhan Sharma of CPN Center was the Minister for Finance. Even the members of the House of Representatives had been recommending the government to modernize NEPSE instead of issuing new license. The Central Committee meeting of main opposition CPN-UML is underway. Group discussion is being held on the political report of CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli at the meeting, which is in progress at the party office in Lalitpur. According to UML, the standing committee meeting of the party will be held today itself following conclusion of discussions in 9 groups. Presenting his political report at yesterday's Central Committee meeting, CPN-UML chairperson Oli had said that actions must be taken against perpetrators involved in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam at any cost. He added that party member and former Deputy Prime Minister Top Bahadur Rai Majhi was not in contact. Oli added that he was studying the fake refugee scam and would furnish his findings at the next meeting of the House of Representatives. In his political report, Oli stated that the alliance formed on the 25th of December last year along with CPN Center was a new course. However, the report indicated that the split of the 7-party alliance and resurgence of the previous coalition has pushed the country towards instability. Likewise, he advised all political parties to remain alert following the rise of new political parties from the November 20th general elections. Now, polarization has been intensifying in the ruling coalition of Sudur Paschim province regarding the share of ministerial portfolios. The Nepali Congress-led province government is yet to expand as CPN Center and Nagarik Unmukti Party have remained firm in their claim for 3 and 2 ministries respectively. Chief Minister and leaders of the ruling coalition of the province who had reached the center to meet with top brass leaders to find an outlet to the polarization regarding share of ministerial portfolios have remained firm in their claims. The expansion of the Province Council of Ministers has been delayed as Chief Minister Kamal Bahadur Shah is looking to allocate only 2 ministries for Maoist Center and 1 for Nagarik Unmukti. Nagarik Unmukti Party has claimed that an agreement was reached regarding 2 ministries and 1 position of a state minister while extending support to the province government. Nepali Congress is leading the province Ministry of Physical Infrastructure while CPN Center is heading the Ministry of Finance of the province. The Chief Minister is facing criticisms as the Sudur Paschim province government has yet to gain a full shape despite the lapse of 3 months. As the Province Council of Ministers is yet to gain its full shape, the Province Assembly has remained dormant, while the thematic committees have yet to be formed as well. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces regarding their confidence in the state mechanisms that monitors corruption and irregularities. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
यो राजनीति भन्दा अछुत हुनुपर्छ
कुनै पनि धाक धम्कीमा नपरेर उहाँहरूलाई के गर्नुहुन्छ कडा भन्दा कडा कदम उठाउनुपर्छ
यो भएको संस्थामै यदि कम से कम ईमानदारीका साथ एउटा नैतिकताका साथ काम गरिदिनु हुने त्यो संस्थाहरू पर्याप्त छन्
त्यति आशावादी त छैन
जसलाई जिम्मेवारी दिइन्छ नि भन्छ नि दुधको रेखदेख गर्नलाई बिरालोलाई राखे जस्तै हुन्छ
पूर्ण आशावादी त छैन
किनकि हाम्रो संस्कार नै भ्रष्टाचार युक्त संस्कार छ।
दलहरुको हस्तक्षेप भएन भने मात्र भ्रष्टाचार नियन्त्रण सम्भव छ।
अरूको दबाव वा प्रभावमा नपरिकन कार्य गर्यो भने चाहिँ सम्भावना छ, आशा गर्न सकिन्छ।
हिजो जस्तो परिस्थिति चाहिँ छैन, समाजले त्यो स्वीकार्दा पनि स्वीकार्दैन।
The Supreme Court has said that the Chief Justice, justices and those holding constitutional positions would not be suspended immediately after an impeachment motion is registered against them at the House of Representatives. Issuing its verdict on the impeachment motion, which was registered at the House of Representatives against former Chief Justice Sushila Karki 6 years ago and was withdrawn later, the Constitutional Bench of the Supreme Court has said, in fact, issued such a definition. The Apex Court has said that such individuals should only be suspended after the House forwards the impeachment to the recommendation committee. The Supreme Court has also termed the impeachment motion registered against former Chief Justice Karki was against the constitutional provision and norms. The International Nurses Day is being observed by organizing various programs in Nepal as well today. Nursing colleges and related organizations are marking the day by organizing several programs, including the morning rallies. The International Nurses Day is celebrated around the world every 12th of May, the anniversary of Florence Nightingale's birth. According to the Nepal Nursing Council, there are a total of 105,000 nurses in Nepal. Despite up to PhD in nursing education in the country, nurses have shared their grievances of lack of professionalism and low pay. Nurses who pursue the profession by spending between 1 to 1.2 million rupees for their education have complained of receiving very basic monthly salaries of 10 to 12,000 rupees. At least 8,000 nurses are produced in Nepal from around 250 government and private institutions each year. However, the number of nurses pursuing their career abroad is on the rise because of issues related to professionalism and pay. While a nurse serves up to 3 patients in developed countries, a single nurse takes care of 20 to 30 patients in Nepal. Makwanpur, Dhading, Sinduli and Udaipur are major districts with illegal harvesting of marijuana. Marijuana produced in these districts are stored in different locations of Madhya province before being taken across the border in small parcels. Now, despite being considered illegal, police have not paid adequate interest in putting an end to marijuana production. Marijuana and opium are illegally harvested in Raksirang and Kailas rural municipalities of Makwanpur. Eradicating marijuana farming had become an agenda in Makwanpur electoral constituency during the recent elections. Shivaraj Singh, ward chairperson of Tha municipality, ward number 7, was arrested in marijuana smuggling. A total of 225 individuals were arrested with 2,662 kilograms of marijuana and 12 kilograms of opium in the fiscal year 2021-22. Police have confiscated 4,811 kilograms of marijuana and 9 kilograms of opium so far this fiscal year, while arresting 185 individuals. Of the 1,079 inmates at Vimfedi jail, 353 were arrested for their involvement in sales and smuggling of drugs. Marijuana and opium produced in Makwanpur are sold in the Indian market. Armed police force, which shoulders the main responsibility of security of the open border between Nepal and India, has held 79 individuals with 5,278 kilograms of marijuana in 21 months. 13 of these individuals are from Bara along with 16 Indian nationals. Local residents of Makwanpur are divided on whether to ban production of marijuana or legalize it. The issue is also being discussed at the federal parliament. However, the government is yet to reach a conclusion in this regard. As the topic is yet to be concluded, marijuana harvesting has continued and more people are getting arrested by the day. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what do you term the government preparation to slash budget allocation for education and health sectors? Your options are A, lacking sensitivity, B, consequence of inadequate sources, and C, lack of spending capacity. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the international news. U.S. Ambassador to South Africa, Ruben Brigetti, has accused the country of supplying weapons to Russia despite its professed neutrality in the war in Ukraine. Ambassador Brigetti claimed that a Russian ship was loaded with ammunition and arms in Cape Town last December. President Cyril Ramaphosa's office said it was disappointed by the claims and said no evidence has been provided to support them. The country has maintained claims of neutrality in the invasion of Ukraine. Brizetti said at a media briefing in Pretoria yesterday that Washington had concerns about the country's stated non-aligned stance on the conflict. He referred to the docking of a cargo ship in the Simonstown naval base between 6th and 8th of December last year, which he was confident uploaded weapons and ammunition as it made its way back to Russia. The presence of the ship, the Lady R, had seemed curious at the time and raised questions from some local politicians as well. A spokesperson for the president's office in the wake of the allegations said the South African government announced the establishment of an independent inquiry led by a retired judge. The U.S. has been critical for months about South Africa's continued cozy relationship with Russia. Washington has also expressed concerns about South Africa's participation in military exercises with Russia and China during the anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine. Dog lovers gathered in San Diego, California to enter their pooches in the annual puppy prom. Lots of pampered pets dressed in glamorous outfits and sparkly costumes gathered to determine who was best dressed in the gala show. This year, Bear the Yorkshire Terrier, dressed in a blue outfit with gold crown, was awarded Doggy King, while Betsy, another Yorkshire Terrier who had her own tiny car, snapped up the coveted Doggy Queen title. Arranged by the Helen Woodward Animal Center, the puppy prom raises money to help the center look after rescued and abandoned dogs. The much-loved annual parade is in its 9th year. It is now time for the sports news.
Sports news.
3 matches are lined up for today at the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League. Nepal Police Club, who are in the relegation zone, will face Sankata Club in the match that kicks off at 3 p.m. at the Dashrath Stadium in Tripureshwar. Sankata are in the 10th spot of the league table with 20 points from 16 matches, while Nepal Police are at the bottom with 16 points. In another match that is scheduled to start at 3 p.m., Himalayan Sherpa Club are up against Manang Marshangdi Club at the Anfa Complex in Sadabato, Lalitpur. 8th placed Manang Marshangdi have 20 points, while Sherpa with also 20 points are in the 9th position. Both the teams have an opportunity to climb up to the 6th spot with a win today. The match between the two teams in the first leg had ended in a draw. Today's evening match features a clash between Neuro Team NRT and Kumultar FC. The match is slated to begin at 6 p.m. at the Dashrath Stadium. 13th placed Kumultar are in the relegation zone and with 17 points, while NRT are in the 12th spot with 18 points. NRT had defeated Kumultar 3-1 in the reverse fixture. West Ham's dreams of a first major trophy since 1980 are still alive as they came from behind to secure a narrow 2-1 Europa Conference League semi-final first leg win over Dutch side AZ Alkmaar at London Stadium. The Hammers' hopes of reaching the final in Prague on the 7th of June were hanging by a thread when Alphonse Areola made a mess of saving Tiani's Reinhardt's slow shot 4 minutes before the break. But in front of jubilant home support, David Moyes' side turned the tie on its head after half-time. They had former Brighton goalkeeper Matt Ryan to thank for offering them a way back into the contest when he recklessly punched Jarrod Bowen in the face as he arrived late to challenge for a high ball the England man actually headed over. After Ryan took an age to take his possession for the penalty, Said Benrahma beat him with a powerful shot in the corner. And 15 minutes from time, Michail Antonio hit the winner from close range, stabbing home the loose ball after Naif Aguard's initial header had been blocked by Yukinari Sugawara on the line. Roma grabbed a 1-0 home victory over Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League semi-final first leg thanks to 20-year-old Eduardo Bovez's second-half goal. Roma youth product Bove stabbed in the winner on the rebound in the 63rd minute for his first European goal. Roma bidding to win back-to-back European titles under coach Jose Mourinho following last season's Europa Conference League triumph travel to Leverkusen next week for the return leg. The winners will face Juventus or Sevilla, who drew 1-1 in their first leg in the final. It had all started according to plan for Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen, who have not made a European final since their 2002 appearance in the UEFA Champions League showcase. In a lively start, they came close twice, with Robert Enrich's shot saved after 40 seconds and Florian Wirtz wasting a golden opportunity when he fired wide. The hosts broke the deadlock just past the hour when Bove started a move and stepped in on the rebound after Radeke had saved Tammy Abraham's shot. The visitors almost bagged an unexpected equalizer towards the end of a scrappy second half, but Jeremy Frimpong's 87th minute shot was blocked on the line. Now, Federico Gatti scored with a header 7 minutes into added time to earn Juventus a 1-1 draw against Sevilla in the UEFA Europa League semi-final first leg. Europa League kings Sevilla ignored the heavy rain and pressure of the Italian crowd at the packed Allianz Stadium to dominate the game and looked well on course to continue their bid for a record-extending 7th title before Gatti's last gasp effort left the tie evenly poised. Sevilla started strongly and Juve goalkeeper Szczęsny made a brilliant save to stop Yusuf An-Nesri's close-range header. Morocco striker An-Nesri scored with a tidy finish from close range in the 26th minute after a quick counter-attack led by Ocampos. Juventus recorded their first shot on target in the 65th minute when substitute Samuel Illing Jr. tried his luck from distance with a tame strike that Sevilla goalkeeper Yacine Bonu easily held. Juventus were energized by substitute Federico Chiesa, who was still working his way back from a long injury layoff, and equalized with the last play of the game. Chiesa won a corner, Paul Pogba headed the ball into a crowded 6-yard box, and Gatti jumped high to head home. The teams meet again at Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium next Thursday, with the winners to meet Roma by Leverkusen in the final on the 31st of May in Budapest. So that is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.